We are live. Hello. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Magical Minister 777. It's been a minute since I have come out and uploaded, but I've had some downloads and it's been peculiar for me. Like I've just been processing. I haven't been running to the dashboard to upload every time Spirit speaks. But thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I did get that out in the first minute of our conversation. I so appreciate the comments, and I'm not gearing up for them, but I can anticipate some of those low vibers. They come through every now and then, but for the most part, I just want to say thank you to my subscribers. My numbers have gone up in the month of January, a good 25%. Isn't that wonderful? Like when you put it to the numbers, right? Okay. So thank you for subscribing, and thank you for liking, sharing, and please comment and continue in our conversation. So I'm live today. What am I talking about? Let's see what Spirit is talking about. That's really what's most important. Um, it's been about almost 2 weeks, and I have seen some things again. And I said to myself, this looks so familiar. Like, one thing you guys got to remember or should have learned about me, I'm a little bit eccentric, and I'm kind of fuzzy when it comes to, calling a thing a thing. I used to be. I've worked on that. Spirit has forced me to step into my power in that area. But, I don't like to call a thing if it means labeling people or being condescending or saying this is right and that is wrong. I try to steer away from that, but I can't dispute the energy, right? I can't dispute the bottom line, in that when there's that resistance, or when there's that, if I get a tickle in my nose or a burning sensation, I have to pay attention to what it is that is being conveyed in that experience, that phenomena. So we have had to cut off and finish up, wrap up a lot of karmic stuff, karmic relationships. They have passed away if you've severed and put them to rest. But the energies, the energies are the energies. We may have, put particular people that we've identified as not serving us well or no longer moving forward in our trajectory, but that's a person. There's an energy behind that, which we say we have cut off, that didn't serve us well. And like in 2021, I observed a particular energy for the whole year, and I couldn't figure out what it was, but I knew it was a thing in in the environment, in a person that I was dealing with and speaking with. Spirit showed me this energy. It's what I've heard, a succubus energy. Now listen, I just heard about it. Okay? I just heard about it sometime along the way. But Spirit showed me that energy right in my face. And it was in my face, in my presence, a person really resided in that frequency. And when I realized that that was an energy that I needed to cut off and address, because what came with that is a lot of coveting, energy vampire behavior, energy vampire attitude, and really like wanting to suck your energy, suck your light, diminish your light. And you can get beguiled because you think it is an energy that's personal. Like you can think it's a personal vendetta, a personal thing, against you, chosen one. But it's not personal. It's just a part of who they are. It's their makeup. It's in their DNA. It's in their karmic makeup, right? My nose is tickling. That's why I'm making these faces. But that succubus energy is also carries with it certain characteristics like manipulation and not only, being covetous and being manipulative and cunning, right? Because that energy is trying to, um, in a very clandestine kind of way, control and manipulate the people that are around them in their environment for their own personal benefit and gain, right? So I saw that in a person, and I saw that that is what is in folk, right? But I also was kind of exploring introducing myself to some new people and dating and stuff like that. And this energy, this succubus energy, and then it started to come across as a significant like sexual perversion. And then I said, well, who are you to say that that's perversion? Like, I don't want to label people for their likes and tendencies and behavior. It is what it is. But then you just go to its lowest common denominator. You say, well, is that serving that person well, or is this serving me well, to determine whether or not it is good or bad, right? So what's good for someone else may be not entirely good for me, and that's okay. But what is this energy? This seemingly like, un uncontrolled, untamed drive in the area of sexuality, and then also just like this cunningness in the spirit realm. I've come across a few, of us, of those that have some knowledge and have been awakened to some things. They're dibbers and dabblers, right? They dibble in this and they dabble in that, dabble in that. And you can tell because they're a compilation of all of that skittish stuff, right? And they've picked up and attached themselves and allowed energies of this succubus nature to become a part of their existence. And it's concerning in that you guys, ladies and gentlemen, because, and I say ladies and gentlemen because I know men that have been victim to this succubus energy. It's not just women that are, we're out here, hightailing it, trying to protect our neck and our energies, and the men of the world are ravaging through us, but those men have been ravaged through themselves, and so they too have fallen prey to this energy that I'm speaking of, because I have connected with, in communication with, some very brilliant minds, somewhat seemingly, right? I used that word before in a conversation with someone, and I knew what that word means. Like, you're seemingly aware. You got to be careful. What seemingly is awakened might not be so awake, right? They have a form and a fashion of enlightenment, but they are far from it. Trust me. They may have come in the midst of some information, but it's not a part of who they are. They are on a different side of the frequency, a different side of the spectrum. And why are they in your path? Why? Why is this person in my path right now? God, spirit, divine, didn't we work through this? I said, wait a minute. It's that same old energy. And it's the thing that, you know, you've seen all along, right? Everything that you see externally in someone else is within us. It's within you, right? It's like looking in a mirror. So what I'm pointing out and what I'm seeing, I realize, in the lowest common denominator of everything, that which I am identifying traits of these succubus driven entities, one of their traits is gluttony. One of their traits is, I saw it in that this insatiable appetite for sex. And I said, what the hell is this here? Like, could enlightened beings and awakened people and aware people be given over to such behavior? But then I know that behavior does not determine personality, right? It's just an indication of personality. And, just because someone practices one thing or another sexually doesn't mean that they're depraved or they're out there, but there's something underlying that has to be explained with why is this person who is seemingly awakened, seemingly aware, seemingly spiritual, but yet there's this thing in the midst. There's an obstacle, there's a barrier to their ascension and their level of awareness. What is it? And so spirit has revealed to me, and this is why I've kind of like been quiet for about 2 weeks, because I've just been looking at this thing. Like, why would I attract such a person of this frequency? Because it's in you. And so there's so many different things that came about with this downloading over the last week in regards to succubus energies and cunning, manipulative minded individuals who are seemingly enlightened, who are seemingly awakened, who seem to speak your language, but there's a different energy that they're projecting. And so spirit made me hold the course of seeing this thing clearly. The gluttony is what you're seeing. The lack of discipline. It does not go hand in hand with one who would call themselves awakened. Absolutely not. It's the same energy that I saw in my loved one that said, there's no way that that's ascending. There's no way that that's crossing over. That's gluttony. And I saw that energy, and it took my person, it was an indication that my person was not coming with us. He was not transcending the 11:11 gateway time. And immediately he was gone. But I'm still seeing this energy. And I realized, okay, that energy was in me. I remember when spirit told me, Althea, you need discipline. And then I said, aha, these people that I've encountered, in my case, people of the opposite sex, men and also women. One of the first persons that I identified with this succubus, cunning, manipulative energy was a female, was a friend, in fact. And I had to cut it off. And then it came right the freak back in another form and fashion. Another form and fashion of enlightenment. But this time I can see clearly. And it's not just about seeing, it's about applying your work. Like, we're chosen, right? You're chosen, you enlightened, you see and you know. So now you need to apply the disciplines to the matter. I am an only child. I'm a Virgo. I'm good with hermiting. I'm good with being to myself. I'm good with cutting you off and just keeping it moving. But there's something that the spirit is saying, that you're in this world, not of this world, and you cannot remove your world. You are a light for a purpose. To be in this world, shine your light. And so you have to learn to deal with difficult people. You're called. Maybe some of you are called chosen ones, enlightened ones. And now, what is our course now? Like, the contracts have shifted, changed. We finished that karmic. Now what? Now what? Now what is, like, you step into your role. I know my role has always been like, Althea, you're a prophet's prophet. You're a teacher's teacher. You are a minister's minister. And so what I'm finding is I'm coming across a lot more individuals that have what I will call the form and fashion of being awakened, being enlightened. I call them kind of like on the cusp. Some are, and I would say most, are willing participants in their dark matters. But I will tell you to be careful and be cautious. Light bearer that is out there trying to interact again with people that are on your frequency and on your level. Don't be beguiled, because it is real that they are still looking to infiltrate your light, your shine, your power, and distract you from your work. But know this, that the work first begins with you. As I received the message, like, what is this thing? It's gluttony. It's disgusting. It's lack of discipline. And yet you are professing to me to be one of my equal, or one on the same frequency, but your real motive is to deceive and to distract that one who is sent to be a light unto to the world. But I find that this is also beneficial in practice. This is the practice where our playground, the masters, the ascending masters, like, in seeing and observing and hearing and knowing, you're using all of your intuitive skill. And the primary skill is that intuition. There's nothing above it. There's nothing beyond it. Trusting our intuition. In these times, it's that the ascending one, like, you got to know from within. You got to be able to see what it is and know from within what it is, regardless of what they say, what they do. Their actions could be like, oh, this person is, they're batting 1,000. But when your intuition tells you differently, trust it. Because I've seen this thing unfold. Spirit just unfolded it. And I seen it, and then the person's told me who they are. Like Maya Angelou says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them, or tells you believe them. These ones will tell you who they are. They will show you who they are, and it's up to you to handle them accordingly. We are coming across like the power that's out there, the high frequency of of understanding, overstanding, understanding. And just imagine this knowledge and wisdom and these tools being in the hands of people who are unskilled, or people who have malicious intent toward the world. They're narcissists that is only using their tools to take the succubus energy, to take from the creative force of life. Like, the succubus energy is a sexually charged energy, and there's nothing wrong with sex energy. It's actually very tied to creation. Anything that you create is created out of that sacral chakra, and it is also, you're connected to your sex chakra, right? So why not distort the minds of the chosen ones that are here, that can create new worlds? Why not get your mind perverted? Why don't you? Distracted, full of gluttony, can't consume enough, right? Watch yourselves with your consumptions. Watch yourselves with your disciplines. And this is what it was all about, right? So they're still who they are. But here we have gotten downloads, and it was for us. Watch yourselves. Watch your own disciplines. These energies that may come in your midst, you are the one that's on the seat. You permit or you don't. And you watch and you know. And you deal with them accordingly. The kingdom of God, the divine, suffereth violence, and the violence take it by force. And you want to deal with them accordingly. Accordingly. And so my 2 weeks off, I've gleaned much. And I just like, I'm not even going to front. I'm just like, why? Or why am I dealing with these energies? It is something to see, to know how dark people will take their soul, themselves. And it's painful too to see those that have a sense, that have some level of awakening and awareness, but yet they choose the other way. And I don't know how much impact and influence they want me to have on them on a personal level, but I don't have a lot of time for it. You got to be careful, guard your energy. Those are the ones that will distract you, and they're needy and they want your help. They want your guidance. They want your light. No, baby, no. Watch who's trying to attach themselves to you. And I know that that one was for me, right? So that's what I'm going to contribute to the community of chosen ones, beloved. So I hope that you got much from this, and I hope that it stirs up some continued conversation amongst you and your guides. And I hope that it was enriching. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, ponder, and be aware. You be blessed. Namaste.